First day of the championship season. We've signed our new players. We're excited about the likes of Predo and Stiller. But can we get our first wins of the season? But who have we got on the first day? Let's have a look. We have Watford, who were in the Premier League last year. So I think we're either going to get absolutely stuffed, it's going to be a boring 0-0 draw, or we could spring a potential surprise. What's going on, guys? My name is Adam, I am a Super Swan, and welcome to episode 26 of the FM21 Deadpool Diaries, and we will be kicking off our championship campaign today. So if you want to know all of our new signings and who we brought in, check out last episode. We'll go through all the new signings and introduce you to the new squad. But we're not going to waste any more time. As we mentioned in the intro, we are kicking things off against Watford away from home. So they were a Premier League team last year. So this is going to give us a real good test to see how we're going to get on in the championship. I don't think we're going to be doing back-to-back. Put it that way. We're not getting promoted this year. I can tell you that for a fact. So the aim is just to stay in the championship. So this is the squad. This is going to be our first 11 for the championship. We've got Walton in goal. Pieri, Harris, Baptiste and Emmanuel at the back. Callum Barlow, who stayed at the club. I forgot to mention that in the last episode, but Callum Barlow stayed. So which is good news. So he's still here with Stiller and Phillips ahead of him. Richards has his new home on the left-hand side with Bob on the right. And Predo, our new 4.5-star ability player. We plucked him from Serbia. We plucked him from the under-21 championships. And he goes straight into the team. So we have to give some squad numbers out. So Pieri can be number 26. Oscar Bob, as he's a winger, can be number 11. So we're going to kick things off. To be honest, I'm not expecting much from Watford. They were a Premier League team. They've got Premier League players. They got Joao Pedro up front. He was in our Liverpool side in FM20. We know all about him. So I'm going to give a bit of a sort of, pumping of the fists. I know we're the underdogs, but let's give the fans something to cheer for in our first appearance in the second flight of English football, as we'll be kicking off our championship campaign against Watford. Let's see how we get on in our first appearance, as we do start with a highlight. As we do lose the ball, Thortsveld plays it back to Kana. Azarate, Watford are the favourites. They're the team that's going to be looking to get promoted straight away, whereas Wrexham were in League One last year. So this is a real kind of, I wouldn't say David against Goliath, because we're both in the same league, but, they've got a lot more, better players than we have. As Aguirre on the left plays it back to Nkunku. Watford trying to find that killer pass. Wrexham just at the moment trying to get men behind the ball as Sarr crosses it for Joao Pedro, but Baptiste as well to intercept. Watford from the throw. It's been, I know it's only been 8 minutes, but it's been Watford on the ball. Wrexham haven't really got a foot in this game yet. As Nkunku plays Joao Pedro, Sarr with a shot, it is blocked. Can we counter? No, because nobody's going for the ball. But we do play it, and we got Watford again coming at us. Lovely play, but we do intercept. Phillips lumps it upfield to Predo. Predo's one-on-one. He's got work to do. But it's the goalie that tips it over the bar. And that is Predo's first appearance for Wrexham, with a shot going saved by the keeper, as the resulting corner is cleared away. We're losing the possession battle, but that's to be expected. Like I say, Watford, we're expected to lose this game, right? It is Watford. They were a Premier League team last year. We were from League One, but Bob's through. He was offside. It was never going to count. Free kick for Watford, and Nkunku puts it in. Headed away by Emmanuel. Predo holds it up for Bob. Bob He's got the pace. He burns past Watford's defence. Bob's through again. But it's a disappointing shot from Oscar Bob. He's been quite dangerous so far in this game. Wrexham started to find their way into this game. We've had that chance from Predo. We've had Oscar Bob looking dangerous, cutting inside from the right. As Callum Barlow, lovely ball to Richards. Richards shoots, hits the post. Oh, Wrexham are starting to find their way in this game. I've dialed it back to cautious because we are losing possession battle, but we are getting regular chances at the Watford end. So if we can try and park players back and try and get them on the counter, we might find some success, as Emmanuel does cut out the cross, and Watford have to try and find something else if they're going to break through the Wrexham back line, as Sarr, outside the box, takes a shot, deflected. Walton from the goal kick, very highlight heavy in this first half. Richards, he's got a player on the left to him, but he does play to Predo. Predo's through. Predo outside the box. Predo scores! First goal of the season for Predo. And League One last season, Wrexham are beating Premier League Watford. And it's the main man himself, Predo, grabbing the goal. The man we plucked from the Under-21 Championships. He only came off the bench twice, but that was enough for us to see he's got championship quality. 1-0 Wrexham. But we get a kick-off highlight. Kick-off highlights are good. We've established that in FM21, kick-off highlights are normally pretty good. They're not kind of, goals conceded all the time like we're used to in FM20. So I'm going into this highlight with a bit of optimism. We're not going to concede against Watford. We're going to either, make sure that Walter makes a good save, or we're going to break and score. So Sarr's going to pass it. Hughes in the box. It's not going to be a goal. Let's just calm down. See? I told you. It wasn't going to be a goal. Coming up to half-time. 1-0 to Wrexham. And we are doing a very good job in this game. We're getting the chances. And we're actually ahead on the XG at the moment. So I'm going to kind of give them I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up. Who's looking tired, underperforming? Keane Harris is looking a bit nervous out there. But we're going to leave him on for now. I'm not going to change anything yet, as we are looking pretty good for our lead. So we'll see how things play out in the second half. Wrexham are winning 1-0. Corner for Watford. Puts in the box. It's a header, but it's over the bar. Watford getting a bit desperate. 65 minutes. Callum Barlow's not having a real good game out there. So I think what we'll do is we'll move Stiller to play deep line playmaker, and we'll bring Matt Butcher off the bench to fill in that centre midfield role. Everybody else looking alright at the moment. Again, I'm not going to change anything yet, because we're still 1-0 up. Corner for Watford, and Kunku puts it in. Matt Butcher off the bench, heads it away, and Bob has the chance to counter. Predo's hovering, but Bob goes on his own, beats his man. Bob gets into the box, he's got it all to do, wins the ball back, he goes down. Oh, it's not a penalty. The ref didn't give it. And Watford managed to clear their lines. And that's going to be recycled by Emmanuel. Here's the highlight over. Butcher to Stiller. Been very quiet Stiller, but do you know what? In his role, that's what we want. Tries to find Richards, but intercepted. As Sarr to Nkunku plays it into Sargent. Sargent's through. Sargent's one-on-one. But the keeper gets there, but he couldn't get the rebound. And Josh Sargent makes it 1-1. Watford do get the equaliser, but imagine if we'd got that penalty from Bob. But it is what it is. Watford do find themselves back in the game. I think Walton did well to save the first shot, but he just couldn't do anything about the second. 1-1, 10 minutes to go. 84 minutes, Bob's on a 6.5. He's been a bit disappointing up front. So we'll move Predo out onto the right. We'll bring Bobby Duncan to play up front. And who else is tired? Richards. He's picked up a knock, but he's playing well. So I'm going to bring Max Robson on for Phillips, I think. So Max Robson did survive the cull. He is back with us for at least another year. But 5 minutes to go. 1-1. Full time approaching, and I'll take a 1-1 draw. We are away from home as well. We're at Vicarage Road. We're not even at the racecourse. But I think, second half, Watford did come back into it a bit. But you know what? I'll take a draw. I'll be happy with that. So well done. We drew against last season's Premier League team. in Watford. So we'll certainly take that as a 1-1 draw. So we do make our debut in the Championship. 1-1 draw. But apparently Predo doesn't want to do a Leeds, of course. That's fine. I didn't want him to do one anyway. But Pieri impresses on debut. Deadpool salutes Josh Sargent. You should be praising our players, not their players. But the league table, 12th place at the moment. Obviously, we've only played one game so far, so that's to be expected. But the second game today, we're going up against Birmingham. How did they get on their first game? They drew as well. So Birmingham City, that's the team that Allsop went to. Does he still play from? Yeah, he does still play from. Yeah, he's unregistered, and he's on the transfer list. Well, Ryan Allsop, you should never have left. You should have stayed at Wrexham, but no, you wanted to move to the Championship. Well, look at you now. You're on the transfer list. So, we'll come back for Birmingham, but can we get our first win in the Championship? Rotating the side for the Birmingham game, as we only played them like 4 days after the Watford game. So a few more chances to see some of our new players. So we've got Walton in goal, Bramall, Good, Baptiste and Bogle comes in, Barlow, Sivadursky and Phillips in the midfield. Elliot List starts a game in the Championship, with Predo moving on to the right-hand side as Bobby Duncan is going to start up front. I kept Predo in as he scored in the last game, and a lot of the players are quite tired. I know he's not 100%, but we can always bring him off if he is looking a bit more tired out there. So we're going to pump the fists. We are the underdogs. Go out there, make the difference. The players are motivated, and we're going out there to try and find our first win in the Championship. The goal is to stay in the league. If we can get another point against Birmingham away, I think it will go a long way. Coming up to half-time, no highlights to speak of, other than a Birmingham free kick that just whistles past the post. So it's turned into a bit of a boring 0-0 at this point. But Birmingham put a ball in the box, and there we go. That ends the boring 0-0 as Harry Souttar gets a goal for Birmingham, and we're 1-0 down at St Andrews. A bit disappointing, to be honest, as, like I say, there were no highlights to speak of. Nothing really happened until I came back in the 40th minute. But we need to improve in the second half to try and make our mark in this game. So I'm going to give them a bit of a pump into the fist. We've been a better side here. Come on, boys. There's more to come with you. You've got what it takes to make the difference. If we have a look at the subs, Predo's looking a bit tired, but he played in the last game, and he's on a 6.5, so that's to be expected. So we'll see how he goes in the second half. Try and see if he can get another goal, and try and kind of get back into this game. 60 minutes, Predo's had enough. He's tired, he's on 6.4. It isn't happening for him. So I think what we'll do, who have we got on the bench? We got nobody really to play on the right-hand side, which is interesting. You'd think I would have put a sub for Predo, seeing as he's the one who's the most tired. Bogle can play there. We'll put Bogle there. No, we haven't got a right back either. I just haven't put any subs for the right-hand side, really. Not very clever of me. So Richards, you're going to have to play on the right. Unless I swap them two over. Yeah, we'll do that. So List can play on the right. We'll put Richards on the left. Didn't really plan my subs for this game, not going to lie. It might come back to bite me. But we do get a corner. Cohen Bramall puts it in the box, headed away by the goal scorer Souttar. As Jamal Baptiste to Bramall in the box. Finds Callum Barlow, Riddell Richards. The Duncan shoots and it's off the defender. And it goes over the bar. First real chance for Wrexham. 77 minutes, we're dominating possession, but we're just doing nothing with it. So I think Robson can come on for Phillips like we did in the first game. Callum Barlow again on a 6.4. He's still wanted by Premier League sides, and I just don't think he copes with the pressure of being wanted by Premier League teams. So I think we'll bring Matt Butcher on for him. We'll move Sivadursky. No, I think they do better the other way around. Yeah, Butcher can be the deep line playmaker. I think what we'll do is we'll go a little bit more direct, keep the tempo the same, and I think rather than taking short kicks to our deep line playmaker, we're gonna kind of give it to our fullbacks. No, we'll go over the opposition defence. We'll try and use the pace and push a little bit further up to make the difference. So, slight tactical tweak. 10 minutes to find a goal, and Birmingham almost score a second. It almost didn't go to plan. Coming up to full time, it's going to be a defeat to Birmingham, I think, at St Andrews, and I think this is going to be a bit of a reality check for us, because we're not going to be winning every game this year. We're not going to dominate teams, especially away from home. So I'm just going to say I'm not happy with the performance, because I think we could have got something from that game. So it is a draw and a defeat in our first two games in the Championship, as Birmingham grab a deserved win. Bogle makes his debut. Our 10-game unbeaten run is over, carrying over, obviously, from last season. And the first episode in, we are in 19th place. And I think we just need to get used to this is where we're going to be going forward in this league. We're not going to be towards the top. We're going to be, at best, I think, towards playoffs mid-table. So we've got a bit of work to do to try and stay in the Championship. So I think what we'll do is we will come back around the West Brom Luton game, I think. So towards the end of September, maybe even start of October. We'll try and get a few games in to the start to kind of get us a bit of a foot in to see how we get on. But yeah, first couple of games, bit of a reality check. But Preno scored a goal. That's promising. So I have to monitor it. And when we come back next time, we'll have a bit of a better idea as to how well this team will cope with the Championship. But leave a like if you enjoyed, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager 2021 content. We will be uploading Deadpool Diaries every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 6 PM GMT. And tune in next time as we'll come back around about the end of September, beginning of October, as we get a bit of a better idea as how good this Wrexham team really is. Thank you very much for watching.